We've looked at some basic quadratic equations, so let's just take the time quickly to look at two more equations that are just slightly different. In the first equation, we have x multiplied by x plus 2 is equal to 15. Now the first thing we're going to do is multiply this equation out. Multiply that x into the bracket. So we end up with x squared plus 2x is equal to 15. Now remember, we can only solve an equation, a quadratic equation, if there is a 0 on one side. So we will need to take 15 across so that the equation does equal 0. So we end up with x squared plus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. And now the example is very similar to the examples covered in video 1. We need our factors of 15, which are 15 and 1 or 3 and 5. We need the combination that will subtract to give me 2. So 3 and 5 is the combination that will subtract to give me 2. So our brackets will have a 3 and a 5. Now that second sign is negative, so my signs are different. And that sign will go to the bigger number. So x plus 5 and x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now remember, this is just two linear equations, so we can leave out the step where we say x plus 5 is equal to 0 and go straight to x is equal to minus 5 and x is equal to 3. Pause the video to make some notes before we carry on with the last example. In example 2, we've got 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now this is quite similar to example 5 from the previous video, but this time if I divide by 2, I'm going to get fractions. So I can't divide by 2 without getting any fractions, so we have to make another plan. So this time we're going to look for the factors of 2, which are 2 and 1, and the factors of 3, which are 3 and 1. So we look for the factors of the first term and the factors of the last term, and we cross multiply. So 2 times 1 is equal to 2, and 1 times 3 is equal to 3. Now, because of that last sign being negative, we need to subtract the numbers to end up with 5. But if we subtract 3 and 2, if we go 3 minus 2, we'll get 1, and if we go 2 minus 3, we will get minus 1. So this combination doesn't work. Now, there aren't different factors that we can choose from. So the only other thing we can do is swap the order around. So we'll keep 2 and 1 the same, and I'm going to swap 3 and 1, so I've got 1 and 3, and we're going to try the process again. So this time 2 times 3 will give me 6, and 1 times 1 will give me 1. And if I subtract the numbers, I will end up with 5. Now we just need to check the order. I want to go 6 minus 1 to give me 5. So that negative at the top must stay at the top. And then when we put our brackets, we bracket top row with top row, bottom row with bottom row. So my brackets will be 2x minus 1 and x plus 3 is equal to 0. So we can solve this equation further if 2x minus 1 is 0 and x plus 3 is 0. With the first equation, take 1 over to the other side, so 2x is equal to 1, so x is a half, and the other one is easy to solve. I get x is minus 3. Now, this method is not easy. We don't like it very much, so just wait. In a few days' time, we've got a new method coming soon. You will have to use this method for the next few days until we can teach you something new. Pause the video now, copy down the example, and it's time to try some on your own. Thanks for watching Max Maths. If you liked what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe.